Scudsworth Productions presents the Retronomicon.
Got it.
Okay.
Just tell your story.
I was just saying, like, it literally takes more energy to go to a restaurant than to not go to a restaurant. And people want to go to a restaurant instead of not because that's the thing that they want to do. And it's the same thing with the masks. Like, we're having this argument when we've all agreed and we all know that, masks are the simple solution for you to, protect yourself and others. And people are fighting about it. And it just comes down to the shopping cart theory. It's just like you are actively doing the contrary to what we all agree is correct and necessary.
Stop being a wizard.
I agree. Yeah, and of course, this is Danzig, the front man for the Misfits. It's a good stance to take. Oh, you're in the waiting room? Yeah, let's find out if this is working. Our thing crashed, so 1 second. Oh, yeah, let's add. Oops, fuck me.
Okay, saved. So I don't have to do that part again.
Alright. Jazz,
Hi,
you
Jazz.
are in the chat. Oh, you got it already.
Yeah, I got mine.
Oh, you there? Oh, you're just coming in very quiet. We had this problem last time too. You were very quiet. I'm gonna make sure that people can hear you on the stream as well.
Yeah, but I.
Nope. Yes, you saw my butt. Good job. Good job,
I'll hear you
Hafkin.
on Discord.
1 second.
Ah!
You're just coming in a little quiet. Maybe I can turn you off. Hold on.
Run away, you wizard!
Oh,
Yeah. Let's try this. Okay, we'll see if that works.
Those beasts look like Maggie and the Beast, don't they?
Oh, I was thinking like the banthas from Star Wars.
Ow! You little chicken? Stop it.
Anyways, hi Jazz. Are
Hi, Jazz.
you still there? Oh.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. Hi, welcome back.
Oh, I'm not ready to go
Oops.
in there yet.
So how's it going for you?
Oof. Oh. Got another
Nope.
dragon!
Oh, no, Jazz dropped out. Okay, that's why we can't hear him now. Alright.
They saw your
Hi,
butt.
you're back.
okay.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
I opened it up on the actual app rather than the web app.
Oh, gotcha.
This works a lot better. Hey guys.
Yeah, hi.
Hi!
Yeah, when you were chatting with us while we were playing Kawaii Death Des,
Yeah.
apparently no one can hear you, and I'm just gonna say this is gonna work a lot better, I think. Actually, I'll check the levels on the stream too while we're at it.
That must have been funny. They were like, who are they talking to?
Yeah, pretty much. Ramos is like, are they crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually it's kind of interesting. You're talking about the shopping cart thing, right? Um, it's more of a. I think it's more has to do with how things are perceived here. Like
Oh, the
the
the shopping cart thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
In the Western world, it's all about the community and less about the individual.
I mean,
Um,
ideally that's how it is, but most people are like,
yeah, but
if you take away my ability to be an asshole, then you're oppressing me because
well, it's common. Like I think it's more to do with just how it's all been treated.
yeah,
Like there is so much like there is absolutely no leadership.
yes.
Like like nobody is like you've got this jackass in the
Mm.
White House who
Oh, I don't know
literally
who that is.
changes. Yeah,
I
but he
there's nobody in the White House right now. I refuse to acknowledge.
well, it's like like he come like I'm pretty sure if he had like if he had just been like, yeah, you wear a mask, like people would wear masks. Right now, it everybody's so divided that they literally have to disagree on everything.
No, that's true. Well, I think it's more like if we could somehow get him to be like, uh, wear a mask to own the libs, then it would happen. Then all the brainwashed people would do it. But like,
Like it's you can't really talk to anybody. Like it's funny, right? You can't talk to anybody who supports him because they literally will try to find any little thing that makes him look good
yeah,
and be like, yeah, but what about this? And it's like, sure, but you know, his job is literally if he does one thing wrong,
the world
like
could end. That's the problem.
it all collapses.
Yeah, it all falls
It's
apart.
like yeah, it's like he's putting a deck of cards, like he's building a house of cards.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter how well he put the first five cards. If he fucks up the third card and it all falls down, then yeah, it's done.
Yeah, but everybody's like, yeah, but he placed those first two cards so well, and it's like, yeah, but that wasn't the problem. Like the problem was the last one. That's what we're saying. Um,
Yeah, it's very hard. Like I just don't like it's very hard to talk to anybody.
oh no,
Like
we know,
yeah,
we know. We've had a few conversations. Well, I mean, it's a thing. It's like, why are you complaining about this stuff when like you never mention how many times he hasn't shit himself on stage and died? And it's like, okay, but that's not what the problem is right now. The problem is that you're convincing people to not do the one incredibly easy thing you can do to try to keep everybody from dying from a plague. Like that's what our problem is right now. Like we just want him to say, yeah, just wear a mask. Just if you have to leave your house, just wear a mask.
Ah!
yeah.
But then they're always like the argument's always like, well, you're not mad at Obama for not making people wear masks. And it's like there wasn't a plague then, though. You don't understand. It's just frustrating, and I think it's like it's genuinely because we've just been we are working in industries that are like directly facing like pandemic stuff, like with Kamala or with Nova working in healthcare and me working in the airline industry. We get to see directly like people's unwillingness to be cooperative when it only really helps them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to do that because it's like you don't have to tell the people to wear a mask when they're hiring you to do an art. So I mean, you might not see it as often, but
Well, my job literally has me not leave the house ever.
yeah,
So I like that's the like I always think about like that. When I got let go, it was the best thing that could have happened because it was all just timed so well.
Ah!
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you definitely ended up in a position that like
How do you kill those?
you ended up with a oh, you can't kill the spiders. Yeah, it's just like in real life.
Stop it.
Okay.
I don't have
I see everything in like delayed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's always like, she went and I was like, oh, well, what happened? Then I saw the spider. Okay, this thing.
Oh, it's
That's
a
so
it's a
funny.
beetle spider. It's a spider.
Yeah,
beetle.
and then she's going at it, and you're like, you can't kill the spiders. Like,
Yeah.
what did she? I see.
Oh, it
Ah!
pinched you on the butt with its face mandibles.
Oh no! Oh, I see it now. After like, it's like you guys freak out, and it's like, oh no, something bad's coming.
Yes, I set the delay on our stream so that for like latency purposes, but it does like when we're doing this, it's always a bit of it's a bit weird for whoever's joining us on the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to talk about that. I just thought, like, yeah, the shopping cart theory, the Danzig shopping cart theory. If people aren't familiar with it, they should definitely Google it.
But I think on a whole, I think the reason why the Western world works so well compared to the East is because everything here is based on the community. Like, like the reason why you put the shopping cart back because you know that if you left it just wherever, it will be problematic for the next person. And if everybody kept doing that, then lo and behold, you get to a situation where you can't drive into the parking lot because all these shopping carts are just all over the place.
Yeah, and that is essentially what the theory is. It's like there's no reward for doing it, but there's also no punishment for just abandoning your cart, right? We've just all agreed that it is beneficial for us to take this one extra step, and so the only reason to not do it is because you are just a bad person. You don't want to participate in the society, right? And we've all just kind of like, there was never a conversation. I've never had that chat with like, my dad never told me that.
It's just something we do.
Yeah, it's just something we do. It's like, oh yeah, this shopping cart goes here.
Yeah, like as a huge community, right? Like that says a lot about the community.
Rule.
Yeah.
If these are the untold rules, if being courteous to people is an untold rule.
Yeah.
Like you go to some places and those aren't the rules.
Yes.
And it's just like why wouldn't you do this? This makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
For the next person and the next person and so forth and so on. Because in the end it's kind of like if you ever worked in retail and you know what it's like to put people's stuff back after they've just left it somewhere, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you could have just brought it back to where it was, but at the same time you're like, you know what, fair. We've all had those moments of just being like, I don't need this anymore, I'll just drop it here. We've all done it. But at the same time, if there's that moment of like in your brain, you're just like, I could totally just walk this back because it's only like 2 aisles away and honestly it's not a big deal, then you might as well just walk it back to where it was before. Like, you might as well. And it's just another one of those untold rules as well as like a guilty thing that we have in our heads, which is just like, I could be making someone else's job a lot easier if I just did this one thing. Right?
There's one exception to that rule though, which is libraries. You never reshelf a book that you take off of the library because when they're cataloging and they're shelving things, they need to know what books have interest. So if you take a book down and then take it to like your table or whatever, you're not supposed to go reshelf it because one, you might shelve it wrong, but two, they also need to know what books have interest. Right?
Yeah, but I think libraries have a different untold rule.
Oh, shit.
Like don't talk loudly in a library, or don't, I don't know, don't be a douche.
Don't be a douche.
I mean, I think that should just be the rule
For all of us.
For all,
Just a normal rule. Just don't
just
be
a
a douche.
normal, yeah.
Don't be a douche.
We'll call it the "Don't be a douche" rule.
Don't be a douche.
Um,
Don't be like that.
well, that's Will Wheatonism, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
I think that's and the thing is, with the great thing about that is that, it always kind of pays forward,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and eventually it gets paid forward to you, where you'll be doing something and some guy just randomly is super nice to you,
Yeah.
and you're like, ah, thanks, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Like everything. This could have broke bad so many ways, but it's just like, oh, you're just going to do the
Woo.
literal bare minimum. Is just like you're going to do just the absolute minimum thing. Is not act in a way
I don't know if I
where
got everything, but I'm going.
where people want to punch you in the face. And I was
Yeah.
I was speaking with Jules about this a little while ago, and it is literally like, so there's always been like those that meme going around with the like retail workers need a purge night where they're just allowed to be assholes, like dish it back as bad as they get it. I don't think that we need a purge night, but I do think that we should. There should be an understanding that we are going to stand up for ourselves, and we're going to stand up against
that
bullies.
guy.
That guy was just wearing some hot pants.
Yeah, right. Oh no.
So like, I don't want us to like have. I don't want us to have a like. I'm going to just one day a year. We're just gonna like blow up at the customers. But I mean, if there's somebody who's like yelling at me on the phone, I just want to be like, hey, I'm a human person, and you desperately need to go fuck yourself. Goodbye, right? And that's like I just want to be able to stand up to bullies, and that's it, right?
No, totally. Like, I think that if somebody's yelling at you on the phone,
Yeah.
you should totally be allowed to first tell them to stop yelling,
Yeah.
and second of all, try to resolve the situation.
Yeah.
But if all they want to do is yell at someone, then be like, I'm sorry, but I can't. Like, you should be able to like either hang up or be like, I can't help you if you're yelling at me.
Well,
like,
no. The problem though is that we can and we always do, but it's just like somebody on a phone, they don't care, right? Like that doesn't matter to them, like because that as far as like an unspoken rule thing, like I think everybody knows it's like you don't swear at a person like in a call center, because as soon as you are aggressive, they are allowed to disconnect, right? And it's like all you're doing is preventing your issue from being resolved. So everybody knows not to, but it doesn't like stop people from doing it. But like I think the rule should be, if you're acting in a way where somebody is like somebody would punch you in the face if it wasn't for the social mores that we all hold on to.
Punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Punch you in the butt.
Yeah, I'll punch on your buns. But yeah, it like if you are
Oh, you little bit.
I think it's like, if you're acting in a way where if somebody were to act this way to you, you would strike them, then obviously you're in the wrong, you know? And that's I think that should just be the I don't want to be punched rule. Because if you're acting in a way where somebody would punch you, then you probably deserve to be punched, you know?
Yes, agreed.
I mean, it's obviously like a completely unsustainable rule, and I get that. I'm just saying, like,
I don't have my dragonfly
you don't have your dragonfly
anymore,
yet.
and he can't get my stuff. I gotta do it myself.
And see, like that, the dragonfly would be totally in the right to punch you in the face, being like, I'm doing you a favor.
No!
And then...
No!
But yeah, it's just like all the social contracts we all we all agree to just by participating, you know.
Fucking little bastard.
And people don't take it seriously enough for my liking.
Guys
So
suck.
okay, so what policy would you enact to make that situation work? Like,
Oh, the punch people in the face rule?
like what? Okay,
I call it the bitch slap card.
Okay.
say that you're in a situation where this is happening, just like, and like what would be the protocol?
Oh, to punch somebody in the face?
Like would you say that to them, that so you're acting in a way that makes me want to punch you in the face?
Yeah, I think it's like you have to give a verbal warning. You know, it's just like, hey, I'm going to punch you if you don't stop, right? Because there's really, like, if everybody knows that this is an acceptable, like, if this is part of the social construct or contract where it's like, you can punch somebody in the face if they're being out of line. You just need to give them a verbal warning first.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and if we all had agreed that this was something that we should and can and will be doing,
Yeah, but how would you measure?
how somebody's being rude?
Like, what's the level at which you can punch somebody in the face?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
well, here,
When is it acceptable?
well, here, I mean, it's obviously like three things. Because, like, if I were to be like, hey, Jazz, you're being an asshole and I'm gonna punch you in the face if you don't stop. Your two options are to stop or to escalate, right? That's like those are the two
But I
options.
think what he's asking.
No, I know. I'm getting to it though.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, just to
Yeah.
kind of like.
Oh, I'm not saying that I'm gonna start punching people. I'm just saying,
want
like,
to.
I know you do. I'm saying, like, yeah, like, it's a good point. It's like, well, how do we agree, and how do we make sure that nobody is going to, like, fucking abuse the system, right? It's a system where you're allowed to punch a person. It's going to be abused.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to think of, like, so for instance, you know, I get really, like, I can't handle aggression at all.
Yeah.
Like, even though I act it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I do that thing where I ask you a question but really aggressively, and you don't know if I'm being like,
Oh
if
my
I'm
god!
if I'm joking or if I'm being serious.
Yeah. Like,
And-
it's like, oh, are we playing? Are we playing right now? Is this isn't for real? It's for play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like that, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to think, like, what, like, whenever I think of this interaction with people, right?
Yeah.
I think of them in two ways. One is the attachment, and one is the commitment.
Okay.
So if I'm attached to a way that people should react with me, like, for instance, if I have it in my head that people should respect me,
Yeah.
and if I think of respect in just the way I think of respect, like, for instance, my like, just say that my way of people respecting me is for them to be subservient to me no matter what I say. So no matter what I say, you have to be like, okay, Jazz, and then avert your eyes. That's how I see you being respectful to me.
Okay.
And if you don't do that specific thing to be respectful to me, that is you being disrespectful, right? That's the attachment bit. Now, if I'm committed,
This guy
to
disrespected the shit. Whoa. Holy crap.
What the heck?
that was, oh, I saw. Okay, I see what you guys are
Yeah.
talking out about.
Ah!
This guy just fucking
I'm
volleyball
gonna punch him in
spiked
the
him.
face.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
this is
like-
what I
was
mean.
I was like, I'm not being that controversial here, guys. Like,
No.
relax.
You fucking bitches! Stop
Like,
it!
Nova, calm down. It's okay.
No, it is not!
No, I see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, it's
So-
like,
So now if it's a commitment thing to you being respectful to me, then commitment is more that what am I doing? What am I doing to make sure that you are respectful towards me?
Well, I
That
mean,
is both of us working together for a situation, whilst attachment is something where only one person is. I guess no. I guess this has nothing to do with what we're talking
no,
about.
no. It's more of like, I guess the rule that I'm thinking of. Oh, you got him.
Yeah, but he got me first.
Yeah, I know. I guess the rule that I'm proposing can literally be summed up in talk shit, get hit.
Mm-hmm.
and that is Did you save it recently? Yes. Okay. We are going to actually take a break. The stream has crashed. Actually, we are streaming this on borrowed time. So we are going to. Whoa. Okay. We're going to disconnect the stream temporarily. So just like hang on our channel, and I see that there's 7 people watching. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
You're
wow.
just here to watch me be angry.
Yeah, and let's talk about like how can we realistically install a rule where we are allowed to punch a person who's being mean to us.
I'll explain my bitch card thing.
Your bitch card.
Yeah.
Okay. But we'll be back. If you're not following yet, give us a follow. If you have like a free subscribe from your your Prime or whatever, maybe give us a sub. That would be cool too. Bits a thing? I don't know how any of this works. But we will be back in like 10 minutes. Make sure you jump back on the stream here. I need to make sure that the actual capture system is not going to crash because, again, borrowed time right now.
Yeah. Bye for now, Jazz.
But, Jess, we will continue talking in a bit, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. Talk
I'll
to you
just
soon.
hang out here then.
Okay. All right. Bye.